Good day to my lecturers Sir Echo and the fellow classmates. I'm Catherine Tanchingi, student matrix number YA 2017-1001. This video is for the subject AJ 20103 Sejarah Kesultanan Melayu Melaka. And it is an individual assignment to do a video for review an article which named Assistant of the Melaka Malay City based on the first painting of AFamosa by the Portuguese. It is a very fresh and interesting topic for me, which I'm able to read from the very first line until the end. First of all, this article is written by the Dr. Kamaru Hafiza Komas by the year of 2019. He is a senior lecturer at the University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM in the Department of Architecture. He started his early architecture education at UKM and then continued his master's degree at the same university in 2003. He has expertise in the field of architectural theory and history, which study he's touched on many areas of Malay architecture. His expertise is recognized from leading institutions when appointed jointly by ATMA, Institute of Malay World and Civilization, UKM, as a research fellow in 2007, and a year later he has been entrusted by the ATMA to lead a research group, namely the Technology and Sustainability of Malay Civilization. Currently, he is a member of CAAEM Culture Accreditation and Architectural Education Malaysia. Besides that, our second writer Noor Aisyah Mokhtar graduated in Bachelor Science of Architecture from University Kebangsaan Malaysia in 2008. By the year of 2011, she pursued her study in Master of Architecture and graduated from the University of Tasmania, Australia. And currently, she is finishing her PhD thesis in the Institute of Malay World Civilization, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Next, the aim of this paper. This study aims to identify historical evidence that mention its existence, which based on the first painting of AFamosa. The scope focuses only on the physical building, which is believed to be historical evidence of the city at the Melaka River estuary. So, this paper was created to identify the differences between the design and layout plans of the Melaka Malay city and the world-renowned Fort AFamosa, thus comparing the hypothesis arguments about the existence of the Melaka city. Indeed, there is a clear distinction between the design, layout, character, and philosophy of the Malay and Portuguese city, anthropometrically and agronomically of Asia or Melaka people that define the culture and architecture. Next will be the part of methodology. The method focused on this paper is through historical sources, scientific writing, previous study globally as well as relevant scientific records. Hence, the study of historical records and sketches of the Melaka city from the Dutch government and subsequently the Portuguese will be made to seek physical evidence of the earlier design of Melaka city. Later, the historical records of the city from Malay archipelagos, Chinese, Portuguese, and Dutch sources will be depicted in city design. Moreover, this article mostly provided second-hand information and commentary for other researchers. Examples included journal article, review, and academic books. Normally, a secondary sources describe interpret the primary sources, even though they often quote or otherwise using primary source. They can cover the same topic, but add on a layer of interpretation and analysis. For example, in this article, it provides documentary and some photos, and they do analysis and interpretation of data which highlighted and synthesized primary sources for readers. In short, a secondary source is a document or recording that relates or discusses information originally present somewhere, which is as good as we can going above and beyond what we may have been able to glean from the original content. And now there will be 4 main content in this article paper. Content A. The navigational activities carried out by many of the later European countries of the Arab and the Chinese explorer have established record and the documentary activity of every description, geography, physical, social, cultural, and economic picture of all the places and countries visited. The sea road exploration make painting more focused on the coastal land lines and detailing drawings or sketches to everything view objectivity, and there is likely to be no narrative or hyperbolic element to all these records. They also found something that is amazing and hardly to doubt from this picture. This European style is prevalent because of the paintings of the world map. These pictures and reference seem to tell about the existence of the Malay city of Melaka because this painting was made in the year of 1510, which is a year before the Portuguese conquered Melaka. From the paintings, we also can see that Melaka city included Melaka Palace, Melaka Grand Mosque, magnificent houses, and the administrative buildings is highlighted as brickworks with single or double-story buildings with a majority of stone material, and there are also wooden structures. Next, content B is a comparison of the Portuguese city and Malay cities. There are two similarity parts between these two cities. Firstly, technological advancement in each region have enabled these cities to be structured of stronger and durable bridge building materials besides the use of the wood and others. Second, these cities were built on the high or on flat area along with the seashore, significant with their function to defend town or monitor trade activity. And from this article, we also can know that the characteristic and architecture of Portuguese fort or city are very different from the Malay fort city. Portuguese city was built according to the areas, like if the beach is long and wide, the city build also extend and cover almost all areas. But cities in Peninsula have walls that extend along the promontory. Malay city basically were designed in square or rectangle shape, no matter how far the city was set up. Also, there's a defense called the Kara city. Is constructed of the hardwood or compressed soil and rock to be a temporary defender when 1526. Not only that, the old city of Johor located on the Tanjung Batu was using solid stone lump and its top is covered with the soil which make the stone invisible. According to a note, 3,000 large cannon have been found in the city of Melaka originally. More and more show that Melaka Malays have the high knowledge, skill, and technology in the construction of the city. Therefore, it's desirable to say that the Melaka Malay Fort city was existed and follows local mode and design with its high philosophical reason behind the design. And then, content C is about the first painting of Fort AFamosa Melaka. There are a number of Portuguese records stating that AFamosa was built in a short time, about 4 months. According to the painting, the city of AFamosa has a relatively 6-tower tower on the corner of the city near the bridge. It was originally built in the rectangular over the ruin of the Great Mosque Melaka. Overview of the variety of other building materials found in the early painting of AFamosa show that Melaka city before the Portuguese conquest had their own style of architecture with construction system that used local building materials. Last is content D. The early recorded statements and the painting of AFamosa prove two things: that the buildings in the Melaka city were partly the remains of the buildings during the Melaka Malay Sultanate era. The first painting of the AFamosa city shows different designs than those in the next sketches of the Portuguese and Dutch era. Second, an AFamosa that was built by the Portuguese as in the first painting of Melaka city differs from the last painting of AFamosa made over a century later, before the Portuguese hand over the range of Melaka city to the Dutch. As conclusion, the first painting showed that the design of the Melaka city was in square or rectangular shape and it was built on the site of Great Mosque of Melaka. The rectangular design was synonymous with the design of other Malay forts or cities. And through this article, we can know that Melaka is rich in historical heritage that is able to recount the moment of success and the greatness of Melaka Malay. Melaka Malay city as what remains is an everlasting proof of our Malay culture heritage. watching until the end. I'm also taking these changes to apologize if there's any error in this video. Thank you.